Hi guys, welcome or welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. If you are new here, my name is Shatoka and today I wanted to share my complete pattern collection. So I had decided that I wanted to do a D-stash. I have quite a pattern collection, but I have been collecting patterns for over 10 years. When I first started sewing, I did not really use sewing patterns, but as the years went along, I started to add more to my collection. So I knew that I wanted to get some of the newer patterns coming out, and I was running out of space. I currently store my patterns in a cube system. Both of them I got from Target, and some of my bins are really cramped, and I knew that there were patterns in my collection that I wouldn't get to, patterns that I hadn't gotten to, and I would rather get some newer ones. So I decided to go ahead and do the D-stash. So I recorded that for you guys. I'm going to rewind back a few days back so you guys can see when I started, and then I'm going to go over my complete pattern collection, let you guys know how many I have, how many I'm parting ways with, and how I store them. I do the binder system, which is right here. If you guys are unfamiliar with it, when we come back to present day, I will share with you how that's done because I do have the new sewing patterns that I just got, and I'm going to show you guys how I do my filing away once I have them. So if you're interested in this type of content, go ahead and stick around. Hey y'all, so yesterday I was sitting on the couch and I started purging my patterns. I had been wanting to do this for a while, so I started with my dress binders. So my dress binders are actually already done. I actually have 28 dresses that I'm no longer going to use. I just know like I'm not gonna get around to them. Some have been cut, some have not. But I was like, you know what, let me film the rest of the process because someone might want to see it. I went to Target today and got one more binder. I actually got the 1 inch, and I believe this was like $3.69. And this is what I use for all of these because I want to make another section. I think I want to make my coats and my blazers all be by themselves, kind of switch up miscellaneous, and I want to make one for wardrobe patterns because I have a few, but once I go through all the rest of the binders, I'll see if it's worth it for me to have a wardrobe one. I might just use this for something else. So yeah, I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and record because why not get the content? It's all content. So I'm just gonna time lapse me going through all my patterns, and I will come back with a final number of what patterns I'm no longer gonna be using. So I decided to start with my bottoms. I'm going through my bottom binder. So this binder contains patterns from years ago. So there are some patterns in here that I no longer fit. However, I am keeping some of the smaller patterns just in case I decide to make something for someone else. I'll have them on hand. I'm also looking at patterns that are very similar. A lot of times patterns will have very similar lines, so I am downsizing patterns that are pretty much the same but just have different pattern numbers. During this process, I had to be really realistic and not hold on to things that I knew I was never going to use. So I'm making good progress. So far I have these over here that I am no longer wanting, and I have separated the ones that I do want, and then these are some of the ones that I'm going to put in a different binder because I'm gonna call these wardrobe. So the patterns that have like multiple things, like this one has a dress, a shirt, and a skirt, I'm gonna call those wardrobe too, instead of just like these kind that are like the wardrobe. These are like the official wardrobe patterns. This one too, which is a skirt, and 2 different shirts and 2 different length of pants, I believe. I actually did make this before. I made the long pants, and then I'm gonna make this one too a wardrobe because it has the 2 different shirts, the pants, and the shorts. And then I'm contemplating making like a lounge section as well, but I was looking at this pattern and I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep it, but then I'm like, you know what, I do, because I really would like to do something with view E. I don't think that I would do like the long, make it all the way long, but to use those like first 2 sections, well, like that waistband area, and then where it's purple and white. That would be cute because it will end up being like a asymmetrical like skirt. I would love that, and to do it like in a color blocked way. I've always wanted to do like orange and pink color block, so I'm thinking I want to do that. And this is a super easy pattern. I have never used it, but it's like the rated easy. I could tell it's super simple. It looks like it's just a pull-up skirt. Let me see. And it's for knit fabrics. What's it called? Mrs. Skirts, elasticated waist. Yes, so it's definitely like your pull straight up skirt. So I'm definitely keeping this. Now I'm excited. So like this is really like motivating me to want to sew up things for this spring. So I'm officially done with the bottoms binder. So I have 15 that I'm going to part ways with, 15 of skirts or shorts or pants. I had all the bottoms in one binder, and here are all of the ones that I'm still keeping. So I still have quite a few, but I am going to let go of 15. And then these are the ones that I pulled out that are going to go in wardrobe. But I do know I have some more in the like rompers one that I think will qualify for wardrobe, and in the miscellaneous. So I think I'm gonna be good with the wardrobe binder. So I took out the extra that I had. I did leave like a few more in the bottom binder. Well, yeah, the bottoms binder, that's what I was just doing, because I know I'll probably get some more bottoms patterns, but I am gonna redistribute these. These, by the way, are the heavy duty like page separators. I get these from Target. I went like the cheap route when I first started and just went to Dollar Tree, but those are so flimsy and they are as clear. These are truly like transparent, and even the regular standard ones at Target I didn't like as much. So I get the heavy duty ones. They're $2.99 for 25, I believe. So I'm just gonna put these extra that I have aside. And then my stickers that I have on my binders, I actually got from Michael's. I've had to replace a few over time. So now I have like 3 packs of them because a lot of the letters are the same. Like I had to use a lot of S's. I just replaced the B on the bottoms binder, but I just have these. So I'm hoping that they never like discontinue these because I like that look. I had bought some gold stickers and I was going to switch it out, but I actually really like the black because of how where my patterns are stored. That's black. And then, you know, my black accent wall, like the black strokes. So I really want to keep it with the black, and I feel like it really pops on the pink. So yeah, again, I got those from Michael's. This is from Target, and my binders are from Target as well. Pausing just to talk about this pattern. If you don't know, this is one of my favorite. This is my tried and true. Guys, I've made this multiple times. If you hadn't seen my most recent New Year's Eve 2023, I made a dress. I hacked the one shoulder and then extended it down. I've made this top multiple times. I just love this pattern so much. I'm a knits girl, so these patterns are like my tried and true. I won't ever let this one go. Done with the tops binder. I'm gonna let these go. I believe it's 18. I'm gonna do a final tally at the end of all of the patterns that I'm going to part ways with. I am going to pack them away in my suitcase and take them down to Texas with me for the sewing retreat. I'm going on a sorority sewing retreat in March. And so I'm gonna take them down there first because I would rather give them to like Sewist opposed to going to like Goodwill or something like that. Or I'll probably see like whatever they don't want, I'll see like if there's anyone else like locally maybe that will want them, because like I don't want them to go to waste. I just know that I'm not gonna get to them. So yeah, here are all the tops that I'm going to keep. I did pull out a couple more like the wardrobe style patterns. So yeah, making great progress. I'm so glad I decided to do this. So I've made it to my rompers binder. I've done my dresses, my tops and bottoms. I did pull a couple of blazers because again, I'm gonna do my coats and blazers in one binder. So I know I got like some wardrobe ones in here, but yeah, I'm making progress. I'm gonna finish tonight as far as like the sorting of the patterns, but I'm probably not gonna do like my final tally and taking the pattern like instructions and pieces out of the envelopes and stuff like that until tomorrow. And then I'll go over an overview of like my entire pattern collection and share like how I filed them with you guys. All right, I'm almost done. I took a dinner break. I went through my miscellaneous binder, and I actually have quite a few like pajama patterns, and I have some swimwear and some like activewear. So I'm thinking I'm going to get another binder because I think I'm gonna get another like 1 inch, because I want to make this one that I got today be my like wardrobe one, but I also think I want to have one for just PJs, activewear, and like swimwear, and then have one for crafts, because I do have like some craft patterns, and I know that, I mean, I haven't used these, but I don't want to get rid of them because I feel like at some point I might use them. And then I could see myself getting like more like accessory patterns, like different bag patterns, stuff like that, like hats, different things. So I would like to have like a dedicated like craft one or a home decor one. Like I have this one home decor one. I've never used this, but I feel like it's something that I could use in the future. It's just like good to have on hand. So yeah, I'm gonna finish out. The only binder I haven't gone through yet is my coats. And again, I'm gonna make this one be my coats and blazers. But yeah, so I'm just gonna pick up one more 1 inch binder because I won't need it to be like the thick one, like my dress and rompers ones and tops and bottoms, because I don't have as many like craft or like wardrobe patterns. So yep, progress being made. So last task of the night, I finally got to the wardrobe binder, the extra binder that I bought today. And so here are all the extra that I have that I took out of the other books. And I'm going to put my wardrobe patterns in now. I also took these patterns out of my coats binder. So I had like cardigans and also like vests in the coats binder, but now I have coats and just blazers. So I'm gonna add these cardigans and like vests to my tops binder. I just figure it'll just be easier like that. Finally done. I am complete with my purge. I have a total of 88 patterns that I'm going to be giving away. That's 28 dresses, 20 tops, 15 bottoms, so that's like skirts or shorts or pants, and 8 rompers, and then 17 like miscellaneous like jackets, crafts or cardigans. So again, I'm going to pack them up in my suitcase and take them to Texas with me and see if any other sewists want them. And then whatever else, I'll just donate. I am going to get one more binder. So these are all the binders that I have because I'm going to do my PJs, athletic wear, and like swimwear all in a binder. And so here are the ones that I have here. And I'm just going to get another 1 inch. But yeah, and then I'll be done. I am going to do like a final tally of like how many I have. But I'm so excited about clearing up some space in my bins because some of them are really cramped. So I'm glad I'm going to be making some room because there's definitely some new patterns on my list that I want to get. So now that we've seen all of the patterns that I ended up parting ways with, I'm going to show you guys how I store away my new patterns. So whenever I bring in new patterns to the sewing room, I have this box that I keep, and I usually keep it in the closet, and it has everything that I need to go ahead and file my patterns away. So it's just like a random box that I got like from Michael's. Again, it stays in the closet, and in this box includes my manila envelopes, which is what I end up storing my actual instructions and pattern pieces in the envelope. I keep my Sharpie marker. It's the marker that I'll end up writing the name of the pattern and the number and the size. I'll do that. So for instance, I'll just write M6249 and I'll write extra large to double XL, whatever size it is. And then I'll store the contents. And then I'll just take my actual pattern envelope, which for instance, we have one here, this McCall's pattern. For this one, I will store this away probably in the bottoms binder because this is what I got the pattern for. I could put this in my my binder that I have for my wardrobe, but I'm gonna go ahead and add this to my bottoms binder. So I would just grab my bottoms binder, and I have the separators, the plastic separators that I get from Target. You guys will have seen me talk about them, and I'll end up going to the end. So right now, the only binders that I have that are actually like in some type of order are my dress binders, just because I had so many like McCall's and so many Simplicity. So I ended up making like my first dress binder be McCall's, my dresses, and then I went to, I think, New Look, and then I had the second dress binder be Simplicity, and then went to whatever other dresses that I have, just because I had the majority of those two. So McCall's and Simplicity are my patterns that are like my go-tos. It just ends up working out that way. And so I'll just end up going to the back and I'll add in that bottom. So I'm going to add it there. So I really love this system because for me, I'm very visual. I like to go in my books, just like I'm at Joann's, going through the catalog and looking through. I did used to store my patterns in like boxes like this for years, but I just found that I would forget sometimes what I had, and I could still forget in this setting too. But I figure if I have a book and I know that I want to make a bottom or a top or a coat or my PJs binder, like I just made this one, my PJs and my active wear, I'll go straight to the binder, and I could go right here into the binder and find what I'm looking for. I'll grab the number, and then I'll go down to my section where I have those patterns. So I'm going to go ahead and move the camera down so you guys can see how I'll go ahead and get those patterns after I figure out what it is that I'm going to make. So I have this 12 cube system, again, that I got from Target, and I do have them in chronological order. So I have all of my McCall's patterns at the top. And so for instance, if I want to get a McCall's pattern, so my first one I'll grab. So this is the smallest number to the largest number. I have them in that order. And then in a way, it actually makes things easier too. So say for instance, I'm going for a McCall's pattern that just recently came out. Usually the numbers go up I know, okay, that's probably going to be in my last McCall's bin, which is this one here. Or is it this one? Yeah, because this is the beginning of my my simplicity patterns. So this is my most recent McCall's patterns. So the most update one I have is McCall's 8438. But so again, I'll just end up grabbing my pattern envelope, and this is what has my instructions and the pattern pieces. So yeah, this is, like I said, my most up to date. So again, I do have them in order. So I didn't used to. I actually did have them separated by like McCall, Simplicity, Quick Sew, whatever pattern company it was, but I didn't have them in chronological order. And I just found that it took me a longer time to try to find things. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it just like the drawers. So I don't have like markers or anything inside the bins. But one day I'm going to have to try to find a video clip because I was sharing it on my stories. So if you guys are following me on Instagram, I'll put my Instagram here so you guys can follow me, and you'll see me doing things like this in real time. But I remember one day I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm sitting here, I was watching TV, and I pulled out all the patterns and did the chronological order. So now when I put them away, I make sure that I put them back in the order that they're supposed to be. So like I said, I have McCall's here. So I have 5 bins of McCall's. And then I have, I believe, 5 of Simplicity. So my Simplicity starts here on this row, 1, 2, 3. And then the bottom row, I'm going to move you guys down. So I moved you guys down so you can see the complete 12 cube. So I have McCall's 5 bins here. Then I start Simplicity, which is my next biggest sewing patterns. So I have 1, 2, 3, I believe 4. Is it 5? I actually have 5 of Simplicity as well. And then my next one, actually 6. So I have more Simplicity than anything. I thought I had more McCall's. So I actually have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But I do still feel like I have more McCall's, but the bins are like stuffed more. So for instance, like this one is stuffed to capacity where I know for sure I have some Simplicity ones, like the ones over here aren't as full. So yeah, so then after Simplicity, I have my Butterick. So I ended up filing these things in the order of how many I had. So my next runner up for the most patterns is actually Butterick. So I have a Butterick here, and then I'm going to go ahead and move the camera for you guys to see the other cube system that I have that has the rest of them. So I have 12 here. So all of these are my McCall's, Simplicity, and then I have 1 Butterick here on the end. Okay, the lighting is a little bit different over here because my window is right here, but this is the other cube system. This is actually not a 6. This is a 4 and a 3. I just ended up pushing them together. So I have my other Butterick ones here. So this is Butterick, and I believe this is, no, this one isn't. This one isn't. These 2. So the top 2 actually are Butterick. So I have 3 bins of Butterick. And then for this one in the middle, I believe, yeah, this is a mix. So this is Berta, Quick Sew, New Look. And then this bottom one here is Vogue. I actually have a few Vogue now. I didn't used to have as much Vogue. So this is my Vogue and my Nomi, and then like other pattern companies. Like I remember C and Sew, and I have like some Mimi G ones, which I could have put those with Simplicity because I remember when it was just the Mimi G patterns, they were with Simplicity, but I put them over here. So this is what I have so far. So like I said, when I did the destash, I was running out of room, and I was like, you know, something has to give. So I'm really glad that I was able to part ways with the 88 patterns to make room for my new patterns. So as of today, March 3rd, 2024, I have 433 sewing patterns. It's a lot, for sure. It's a lot, but it is a collection over years, over 10 years. So I feel like it's a big collection, but I know sewers who have more, but I love all the patterns that I am left with. I'm really glad that I ended up doing this destash. I really love all the patterns that I have right now, and I was so glad that I was able to make way for the new patterns that I just picked up. And I absolutely love the look of my binders in my sewing room. I feel like it gives it such a nice punch of color, having this pink over here on this wall, and it's just such a bright spot. When I come in, I feel like a kid in a candy store in my sewing room. Like, I crack open my binder and say, you know, let me see what I feel like today. What can I get in today? And I absolutely love it. I've always wanted a sewing space that is uniquely mine. And I feel like this is another area that I have made that come to life. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button. It helps my channel. Also, if you are not subscribed and you love sewing content, you love thrifting content, home decor, decorating, I would say go ahead and subscribe. Also, click the notification bell so you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. So until next time, bye.